Okay, can I finally get off the stage? No! What else could possibly still be on the stage? Oh, the bag. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag. Upon further inspection, there's a Monami decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. No, I know it's not a normal bag. That's the bag that, There we go, I can finally leave the stage. That's the bag that was in the movie theater. The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit. Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this? Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this? Then what was that thing I saw? So many interesting theories whirring about in my head. Right off the top of my head right now, I think Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki. The camera was destroyed because the process of moving the body would have set it off and we would have seen something, or something else had to happen. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm probably way off, but I have thoughts. Alright, let's talk to these four and then we'll go into the staff room. Did you direct your gaze to the brave stature of my four dark devas? Okay, that's all you're gonna say? Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
That's weird.
It's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. You're right.
Hajime.
This might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey.
I heard you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident, for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope. No.
Wow.
Why? Don't make me repeat myself. No. This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm gonna tell him what he wants to know.
How unfortunate.
I see. That's disappointing.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like that is in front of the door, you think it might be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue?
Hey.
Remember when we came to the music venue? It won't open. The only thing we can do is force our way through. Yeah, we broke the door open. I remember this scene. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found the door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh? The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean, you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out?
Huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like...
Maybe. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us?
I get it.
You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like he said, that might be possible, but...
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well?
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
See?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
It's doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off some of the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Why are you putting it in your mouth? It smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop? And this chewiness. I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly into the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Stop chewing, Chiaki! Just as I thought. It tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Some kind of glue. Semi-transparent glob. Okay. And the staff room. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room. Might as well investigate in here too. You again, Nagito. Alright, the stepladder is gone. Full-length mirror. You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. We already said that. We already saw that whole thing. There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decorations. Huh? This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are lots of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And this edge of the wallpaper. It looks a little torn, but what does this mean? There's a lot of different musical instruments, blah blah blah. I already explored that. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself? Nagito, did you come here to investigate this storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped-over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko? That probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're always just going to be on the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it.
What?
That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
If you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that even mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? But it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey.
You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? I guess that's everything important in this storage room. Alright, let's go back to the venue. Alright, with this we might be close to finished investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. Alright, Mikan. How about it, Mikan? Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up the time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But...
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders. Huh? Imitation murder?
Huh?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games, you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this one? Well, based on the killing order and the way that they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie? The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed 2 people. The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This too
Certainly
must be the
conceivable,
will of
if the
causality.
killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I've prepared a perfect countermeasure. Ahem. On this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the blackened would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games. I don't want to consider this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think about someone who would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person certainly could achieve victory.
Yep.
You're right!
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2, or if 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that this applies to this case too, right?
Wow.
Ugh. Alright, fine. Fine, that's right, there's always 1 killer at a given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. Thank you. I see, so there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
That makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people, it means the 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you mean by imitation? Could it be? You haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So...
Like I said, that movie.
Oh my.
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is... Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well?
Based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie? I see. Nagito mentioned something about that. Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Yeah, he wants me to go to the movie theater. I don't want to read that again twice.
You...
I see. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. And I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital, for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital, too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hiyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until the end. Alright, let's go see the movie, then go to the hospital, then go to the motel. Third island. Things are certainly complicated. Oh wait, the hospital is over here. I don't want to go there just yet. I want to see the movie first. I feel like that will give me context for other clues that I find. Here we go. Movie theater.
Hello there.
I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case, in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Manager! A customer's here!
Did you call me? What?
Hajime's the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna
And
do?
you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being Tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See? It's this one! I'm sorry, I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Alright, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward
Then
to
I'll
it.
go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. Movie invitation ticket, alright. I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations.
No,
Hold on! I'm still in the middle of preparing! Don't rush, don't rush!
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know? They might even get hated by boy bears, you know? You can hate me all you want. Talk to him, I guess.
impossible.
Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it, too. But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Food shop. Anything else, or do I have to just come back later? Alright, I think I just need to come back later.
I
You came all the way not to watch it? Your tsundere knows no limits! It's just like me to make Hajime so prickly. I might be hiding a past where I was once known as a prima donna of the mascot world. You definitely weren't called that.
Hey!
It's about time you showed your dere side, you know? Come on, liven up a little.
So...
I'm literally just going to wait here for it? Okay. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. Yes, the hemp bag was here before. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Who did you sell it to?
You're so
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that would reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it. Ah! Ah! I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. So there's two bags,
Well now.
but they were both possession of the same person. Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Alright. Watch this stupid movie. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D? That sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship
What?
during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Interesting.
He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful.
So I'm assuming that Hiyoko's murder is supposed to be an imitation of the lion that was stuck to the tree, but nobody got their throat slit, so I don't know why they're thinking this is an imitation murder.
Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
That didn't seem very much like an imitation case, but I'll take the game's word for it. Movies are the best! That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head!
So.
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
Bye-bye.
I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh rant right now. Or let a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. It was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
Well,
But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. No, they don't! Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too. Kind of.
but...
Would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Well, he did break the camera, so that might be the Tin Man's death. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or... If the killer... If the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure that's even true. Cool. Alright, let's go to either the hospital or the motel, whichever I come to first. Alright, we'll go to the motel first. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. I meant to click on Gundam.
So
You're here, right? Come on out! Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide it in the first place. Hey, which room was Hiyoko staying in?
listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I have yours. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? I'll talk to you too.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to go get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yep, that's what happened.
Hey,
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Yeah, Monami saw me. Gundam saw me. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hiyoko was killed. Between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital, I asked her what was going on, and she said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No, we went to the movie theater in that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around a pillar with duct tape. It's true. I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact that Hiyoko was killed, and we did discover her body...
huh?
Do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Okay, center door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 doors! Whatever. Oh, there's a 7th door that was behind Gundam. Looks like it's locked, but the key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. Just as I thought, this key was Hiyoko's room key. So, Hiyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, but it doesn't really feel like her room. I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my!
Did the door open? Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it just... I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However...
Her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides the disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in the room?
Perhaps...
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but this time she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. There's no more clothes at the grocery store she could change into? She didn't leave the room because she couldn't tie her kimono. Huh.
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps...
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hiyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Oops!
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening to our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Alright. What else is in this room? A sink and a bed. Okay. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcefully abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Yeah, but I did find this poncho Monokuma sitting on the toilet.
No.
Ta-da! Alright. Check the bed just in case. Bed's not messed up, nobody was using it. Okay. So, to the hospital, I suppose. And there we go. Alright, Kaz, what's up? Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that would be impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors were only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed in the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed in the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras, I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. Alright, Chiaki?
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Good for you. I guess I'll look at the camera? There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue's surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
There's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue. But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you about that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but I know now it must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope and... that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions so things can still show up, even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Alright. Can't go in the exam room, but let's see what Akane thinks.
Now then.
Finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey.
Well, I've never been sick or hurting before, so I had no idea, but... hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns?
Yo.
That's right. Ibuki died wearing one. The only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross! Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like,
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay, since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Patient room 1. I guess nobody would be in there. Wasn't that Ibuki's room? Nagito's room. Akane's room. Okay, so the patient rooms are useless. Let's go upstairs. Radioactive room. Oh, it's an MRI chamber. With an MRI machine that jumps up in the air? Alright, let's check the staff room. This isn't a room for patients. It looks more like an on-call room for hospital staff. But all this cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. If this is the only on-call room, working at a hospital must be tough work. So if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Seriously, what the heck is going on with this island? Medical equipment and nursing tools. There's a lot of other medical stuff here too. This room looks like it is used to store equipment. There's nothing particular that catches my eye. There's a bed. It resembles the ones in patient rooms, but these are probably for breaks. Now's not the time for rest. I should go back to investigating. Conference room. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
hey,
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
'cause...
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed?
Hey,
Hajime? If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? You gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
aww.
Bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that than I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey,
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
well,
I got it. Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out all light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
A pitch black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Well, we're out of places.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know.
All right.
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go. Alright, to Monokuma Rock. Which is further away than I anticipated. I may have run the wrong way. eyes. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Mon Ami's such
Don't get
a
in my
dumb
way.
child.
You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. My brain works just fine. Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like, you say. Oops!
Anyway...
Since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hey, hey.
Did you just hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you...
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Into the rock. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined-up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller, but I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock,